All right, so I'm coming to you live from Penticton, British Columbia, Canada, in the heart of the Okanagan. Beautiful place to live, really. So I'm live on YouTube now. I'm live on Facebook, and so I just 27 seconds live on YouTube. So what do I tell YouTube? Well, in my town, I was doing some gardening today. So I'm retired. I don't do money anymore. So I been working outside in the garden. And long story short, I got arrested. And I was just sitting there when the RCMP came. And they kicked the shit out of me. And then they brought me to the jail. And I guess as soon as they got there, well, this is the pillow I was sitting on that pillow there. And I was cross-legged, I guess, at the time, with my hands like this in front of me. And I didn't say anything to them. Wasn't aggressive towards them. I never used any violence. I never said anything to the police. The only people I said things to were the bylaw officers because they were being outrageous and they were raising their voice and accusing me of things. So I talked to them afterwards. But before that, I gave them a tour to show them what I was doing. They couldn't handle it on their own. So they called the RCMP. And this is what happens. So they couldn't pry my hands apart. So they kicked me in the head. They kicked me in the head a lot of times. I don't know how many times someone can have a knee on their head. I got abrasions all over my head. I don't feel it very much right now. I got a headache, and I probably shouldn't go to sleep because I might have a concussion. So I'm going to stay up for a while. There was no need to arrest me in the first place because I did nothing wrong. And the proof of that is that I was not charged with anything. It's not proof, though. I could have been charged with something, and I'm just making it up. Like, if they're doing this, then they could do all sorts of things. I was actually a little not worried. You know, if I got to stay in jail, I got to stay in jail. But we got to protest somehow. What do we got? All we got is our bodies. All we got is our voice. All we got. This is all we got. So what do we do? 2:28 p.m. I should have some water. I'm so tired. This is stupid. Law enforcement government has way too much control. RCMP is a government-controlled entity. It's military police, basically. and it shouldn't. It shouldn't work like that. We're a community, right? Been here for 17, 18 years. I raised 2 kids in Penticton. One's in university, one's still in high school. Got a long history in town. I gave everything to this city, and I got nothing in return. And I'm not complaining. But it's not right that people get beat like this for no reason. Beat down. They got me back into the, eventually got to the, excuse me, I'm sorry, I'm weak right now. I haven't had anything to eat or to drink. And I just got home. So my mind is not quite as sharp as it used to be. It usually is. Yeah, you're really sharp. You're really sharp most of the time. Fuck you. It's not right. First, they said that they had me there for resisting arrest. And then they said that it was I was creating a disturbance of some kind, or kept on changing it. They kept on changing the thing that they had me in there for. In the end, they didn't charge me with anything. It didn't say anything to me on the way out. They just took my picture, gave me my clothes in this bag. Ministry of Attorney General bag. And I got my hat back and my pillow that I was sitting on before they kicked the shit out of me. What do we do about this? I have no money, so lawyers cost money, right? So I got this. I could tell my story, but in the end, how many people actually listen to it anyways? It's funny. 10. But good times. It was a good day. Oh, I told the story, but I'll tell you it since I don't think I can go to bed right now. I don't want to go to bed yet. I was in I was in jail. The police arrested me, but before they brought me to jail, they kicked. There were 6 of them, 6 police officers kicking me and twisting my arms and shit. They didn't charge me with anything in the end because I didn't do anything. And but they sure they sure didn't think too slowly when it came to administering the punishment. All they had to do was carry me to the car. It's called silent protest, right? Oh, if I probably got it now, man. I was in jail for like 12 hours on a nasty floor and stainless steel. And who's worried about COVID-19 when the police can kick the shit out of you? Give me COVID-19. That's what I would want before this. Yeah. I keep safe. I can't go into the park without getting. What kind of world is this, man? I knew it was going to happen eventually, but I didn't think it was going to happen because of gardening, of all things, on a Tuesday afternoon. Sun's out, beautiful day. Families were out, using the park. Beautiful. Bylaw comes in, starts accusing, starts pushing their weight around. Power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. Lord Acton said this. There's a reason, because it's true, man. Who wants power over another person? Only someone that shouldn't have power wants power over another person. Monthly rentals through till 2021 at the Beaumont Motel. No vacancy. I'm so tired. And here's the funny thing, people didn't question it when they had a bag over my head with blood coming down my everything. Blood everywhere. Nobody in the town questioned it that was there that day, yesterday. But, that's happened to me before. I broke up a fight at one time, and then I had 6 people again kick the shit out of me and throw me through a window while 2 police officers were videotaping the whole thing. I found out later. My nephew told me. They were videotaping it, and the other guy was there to protect the guy who was videotaping it. That happened a while ago. That was about 20 years ago. No, don't worry. I can take a beating. I'm 49 years old. I swear to God, if I really resisted, I would be dead. I would be dead. That's what I would be. Nonviolent protest lands up in this. Silent protest. And we just can't have this happen anymore. The United States is pretty bad right now, and people are getting arrested left and right. Nobody cares. Nobody cares here. So how many more times is this going to happen where police get out of line, overstep their authority, and use excessive force? Oh, how many times? How many times has it happened? Many. Mostly to minorities. People who don't look like me. They said when I left, they said, I'm going to put you down as Caucasian. And I said, no, I'm indigenous. I'm indigenous to the planet called Earth. I live here. I got no home. I got nothing. I got the Beaumont. I guess I can just stay inside all day. Keep safe. Stay at home. Fuck, give me COVID-19. So what does a guy do, Susanna? Don't worry. Don't answer that question. It's not worth it. And then when I got into the jail cell, I immediately went on my knees for them to get the handcuffs on me. And then they forcefully put me down on the ground without asking me to go down on the ground. And again, put their knee on my head. They had already had me in custody. I'd like to have that video of that in the cell, please. That would be nice. That'll happen, maybe. I don't know. Am I privy to that information, seeing that it concerns me? I think so. Should be able to get a hold of that. And then a guy thinks, well, what do you do? Do you sue? Well, I can't. Doesn't matter. I don't have any money. Lawyers, law doesn't work anyways. The law doesn't work. These are the people that are holding up the law. Disturbing the peace. That's what they said. At one time, they said, we got you in here for disturbing the peace. And I said, no. I did not disturb the peace. You disturbed the peace. I was at peace before you got there. It was only until you had your knee on my head that I started screaming like a stuffed pig, because it hurts so fucking much. Oh, you're a tough guy, huh? Tough guy. No, I can take a beating better than most. Then when I heard them in the talking amongst themselves and laughing while I was in the jail cell, how many guys it took to get me down, I wasn't resisting arrest. I had my hands like this in front of me. They just couldn't pry these open. And I was in the cross-legged position. So they beat me for that. So I hope someone's got that on video. Normally I would have the video ready to go, but I don't have a camera anymore on my, I don't have a phone. Because I busted it. Last time. Oh, it's on YouTube. Again, no charges laid because I didn't do anything, but the same thing happened. It's like, wow. You must not like it when if people do something slightly different than what you're doing. There's a lot of anger out there. It's got to stop. If it's happening in our community, it's happening everywhere. It's happening everywhere. But if we don't stop it in our community, we can't stop it anywhere. We got to stop it here. I'm gonna grab a I'm gonna grab a glass of water. Fuck, that hurt. That didn't really hurt. Well, you don't know pain. I remember one time I was in the garden. Fuck yeah, in the garden. 6 guys came out of nowhere, just started kicking the shit out of me. What? Yeah. Might be time for a bath. What do you think? Time for a bath? Oh yeah. Bath's gonna be good. Bath's gonna be good. I drink some water. I'm a little stiff. Oh, you look really good today. What would you do? Did you do something with your hair? Yeah, I did. I shaved it. Bud. I'm not looking for sympathy, by the way. I am sad, but I'm not looking for sympathy. What I'm looking for is doing something different. Violence never amounts to anything. Violence only amounts to more violence. So if that could stop. That would be great. The acoustics are really good in jail. Well, I guess it won't be the last time I'm in jail, seeing that it was so easy to get there the first time. Because all I had to do was go gardening and get into a verbal dialogue with a bylaw officer. Conflict resolution. I used to teach conflict resolution. That was a course I used to teach. That's true. To at-risk youth in Surrey, British Columbia, Canada, for a program called Doorways at the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Vancouver. I used to teach that. Conflict resolution and arts. And I thought maybe being silent would be the best way, because talking with these other guys, they had already judged you, right? So it's like, all right, I'm going to be silent now. And then they beat you? Yeah, they beat me. Look, I could when I got into the jail cell, I could barely breathe. I was coughing up blood, and no one thought to check in. But you know what? I could still do a handstand. So can't be that bad, right? No, it's bad. It's bad. I'm going to take a while to recover from this one, because that one was the worst beating I've ever had. By the ones that were supposed to protect me. They were protect and serve. I don't know if that's their motto anymore. Maybe they changed it. You probably changed it. They brought another guy in. He was pretty drunk. I heard him. And he was getting sick of hearing my story, right? Because I was pretty vocal. Because this is time to tell people, have a dialogue to introduce one another. Anyways, he started singing. I was singing before that. Then he came in. He started singing. He had a good voice too. Kept on singing one song. What was the one song? Oh gosh, it'll come to me tomorrow. It's not important. He had a good voice though, and he warmed up to me. He just needed to sleep it off. I don't think he got beat like I did. I don't know. Maybe he did. Maybe that's the new protocol. Get the meat tenderizer out and then put the handcuffs on. I'm just a bag of meat. On the ride over to the police station, the RCMP officer, his name was Matt. who was driving. And I asked him, I said, "Are we equals? Do you think we're equals?" He couldn't answer that question because the sad fact is that he doesn't believe I'm his equal. He thinks that he's over me. He thinks that he's over everybody else. That's the problem. And then you get 6 of them thinking the same thing. This won't go on very long. This will end. If I didn't let them take my hands apart, they would have killed me. Pretty sure of that. They would have kicked me more. I don't believe in violence. I never have. Have I? Maybe when I was younger. I thought maybe there was a reason for it. There had to be. There's no reason for it. 49 years old, I know this now. I know it now. I've known it for a while. So here we are once again. Just hanging out. You have the right not to say anything. And you have a right to peaceful protest. We need to be doing more of it. Makes sense. These people have guns. They've got weapons. They've got power, and it's going to their heads. And I'm sure there are RCMP officers out there that are trying to do the best that they can. But the problem is that you work within a system, in a government, that's pretty much setting us all up. My grandfather and my grandmother escaped Nazi Germany, or Holland, back in the day. This is kind of what happens, when it gets really bad, when fascism takes hold. And then you get, a large group of people buying into the propaganda. And all of a sudden, you got people wearing swastikas on their arms. And then you got other people who are diseased and taken away. never to be heard from again. If you think that it can't happen here, second guess it. Think about it. You want to live in a world like that? Well, if you let it go on too far, if you see it and if you let it go on too far, you don't speak about it, if you don't stand up for it, stand up, it just continues going. It gets worse quick. And that's where we're at. Worse quick. So it's 3 a.m. Tuesday, May 12th, 2020. Coming to you live from Penticton, British Columbia, Canada. Oh. Flies out. It was a good day. Tiring. Sore. I might take the month off. Might be time for another walk. There's really literally nothing here for me in Penticton after 18 years. There's nothing here for me. But it's home. And I can't go anywhere else, can I? Oh yeah, I can go somewhere else. Where can I go now? World's my oyster. Brutality, man. Well, I better get cleaned up. Maybe eat. I'm sick. I feel like sick to my stomach. I've been swallowing a lot of blood. Maybe that's the reason why. I don't know. Fuck, I don't know what's going on. I'm just trying to stay awake for a little bit longer. I think I'm all right. I can fall asleep now. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. No concussion, right? Nah. I don't think so. Well, you seem a little slower. Nah, that's just because I'm tired. Well, Avita Zane, good day, good night, good afternoon, good morning as well. I'll touch base with you maybe tomorrow, unless I take the month off. in which case I'll see you next month.